Hello and welcome to the I Can't Call It In Ring Wrestling Podcast with your host TJ. Tonight we talk about Monday Night Raw. Believe that they were live from Texas. Um, January 17th, 2025. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video at the end, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. But let's get into the show. Um, I got my notes right here, therefore I can stay on track of what I'm doing. But the night opened up, very entertaining. Of course, main event Jey Uso comes down to the ring, crowd goes crazy. Funniest part is Michael Cole dabbing him up when he gets to the ring and hitting his dance. I remember a couple of weeks ago, Michael Cole asked Pat McAfee. He said when he was on top of the table, he goes, "How do I get down from here?" So Cole, but he's showing more of a personality since the whole regime didn't change and everything. So it's good to see Cole playing into the part and playing into the role and having fun out there. But Jey Uso comes to the ring, cuts his promo. Gunther, of course, comes out and interrupts. The beginning of their promo was a little kind of iffy. I didn't really necessarily know how it was going to go, but after a little while, it started picking up. When Gunther started hitting below the belt and hit Jey Uso with that, what did he say? He started calling him a mascot, and basically telling me you don't really do anything else for yourself. When your cousin call, you're gonna go run into him. When your brother call, you're gonna go run into him. And when Sammy call, you're gonna go run into him. You know what I'm saying? They pose to fight this coming Saturday at on the main event, Saturday night's main event, actually. I don't think Jimmy Uso will go over within this match just because I would say it's more interesting of him chasing versus having the championship. But I would say if he did win the championship, of course, with the heat and the hypeness that's around him right now, he'd have to definitely do it at WrestleMania. Definitely. Like Jey Uso winning the Royal Rumble, losing to Gunther this coming Saturday night, and then winning the Royal Rumble to go on to go to WrestleMania, to face maybe Gunther or maybe Cody. It would be nice to see. But at the same time, I think they want to keep Jey Uso just at that chase. To me, that's how it comes out. They look kind of like seeing Jey Uso at that chase because, he keeps the crowd loud. He's a very exciting guy. He ends up hitting Gunther with a super kick, sending him out of the ring. So, but it was real nice. Just that little build of back and forth of what they had in the ring together. That was quite interesting. And like with Gunther, he really doesn't say much. So for him to kind of get a little bit more comfortable in this promo out there tonight, really, got me looking at him as an interest to start watching. Not just him just in the ring and just dominating, doing what he normally does, but him on the microphone also killing it. Also killing on the microphone. Because when he hit Jey Uso with that, you a mascot. That was a real nice one. That was a real nice one. That was a real nice one. Real nice one. But I think after that, it was the match of Rey Mysterio and Kofi Kingston. So Kofi Kingston was backstage early in the night, and he's going back and forth, talking things over with with JBL, and he gives JBL $2, slides it in his pocket to to say ugly things about Rey Mysterio because JBL was going to be on commentary tonight, which I was excited to see. But when we didn't get the clothesline from hell, I'm like, yeah, I missed it on that one. But it was good to see JBL because I've been seeing him like on the indies on YouTube that he was over in TNA and he was in some other promotion, what I'm saying, going back and forth, what I'm saying, just with clotheslining people. So I thought for sure seeing him on Monday Night Raw, he was gonna clothesline somebody. I'm like, there ain't no way that he gonna be out there and not clothesline nobody. And when Kofi came out and walked up to him and took the $2 out of his pocket and was like, "Give me my $2 back," oh, I popped. I laughed so hard. So I for sure thought by the end of the match that he gonna get up and hit him with a clothesline from here. I mean, he was just begging for it at this point. I mean, just begging for it. But we didn't get it or whatever. So, hopefully or maybe we'll see JBL again down the line and they'll get it. I'm sure that they'll get a huge pop for that one. So that was real cool seeing them. Sami Zayn tonight had a real, not only good promo as always Sami Zayn does, but he had a very interesting back and forth when KO came out there. So KO came out to the ring. I thought it was on a jerk move, I ain't gonna lie. But he went back and forth with Sami, you know what I'm saying, basically talking about those two not only main event in WrestleMania, but winning the tag team championships at WrestleMania. And even though they have fought back and forth from on the Indies and in WWE and in NXT, he said that we ain't never main event in WrestleMania for the title, one-on-one. Now that's very, very interesting to see. And I have failed to see KO and Sami Zayn have a bad match in WWE. Any match that they have had from NXT to the main roster has been very, very, very exciting. Has very exciting. So I'm always intrigued with them. But then Kevin Owens drops a little jewel and he goes, "Well, I have your back at the Royal Rumble, and I know you will have my back at the Royal Rumble." Now that was to me, a little Easter egg, if you will, because it makes you think like, the way Sami kind of pushed that promo, basically saying, I don't have to win the championship. I done had it. My life is good, but I need to win it. I want to win it because I never won it before. So for KO to kind of, tease him or kind of tempt him rather to say, "Hey, you have my back," or better yet, "You scratch my back, I scratch yours." But I can really see Sami doing something like that to help KO go over. You know what I'm saying? For KO to beat Cody. I mean, that'd be a huge shock, a huge shocker, and something to look forward to coming into the main event in WrestleMania of Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Just their chemistry within the ring, alone is a huge. So this tease tonight for that, kind of make you keep your eye on them a little bit closer as we get to the Royal Rumble and everything like that. What else I wanted to talk about? Oh yeah. Get to my main event. No, not the main event. Nia and Bayley. They had a cool match, interesting match. I I enjoyed the end of it. Was the biggest one because Rhea Ripley's music hit and she comes out there. But Rhea Ripley, when her music hits, the crowd go freaking nuts. Nia Jax is, looking just as scary as she want to look. But they basically set up their brawl basically set up a match for this Saturday night. But their brawl was good. They had to pull apart. Nia went, splashed her in the corner. They pulled apart again. They rolled to the outside. They teased the table spot, but Rhea Ripley ended up jumping off the table and hit Nia Jax, and they just kind of was going back and forth. So that match was made as she got on top of the announce table and call out Nia for the match this Saturday. So with the build that they did, it really, to me, created interest in wanting to see what they was going to do this Saturday. So I will be looking forward to seeing what happens with that. To see if Rhea Ripley gonna get Nia off her feet. That'd be nice. The main event with Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins. I mean, off the top, the match got off to a great start. Like about time they took the first commercial break, I was on the edge of my seat up like, okay. Because at first when it first started, I was kind of like, we didn't see this match before. It may not be too interesting, but soon as the match started, the back and forth, the tension, the promo that they showed before the match that set everything up, they really got you kind of like, okay, I'm see what they're gonna do. And by the time they both made their entrances, got in the ring, and by the time we hit that first commercial break, I was kind of like, okay, this gonna be an interesting night. You know what I'm saying? With this main event, I'm really looking forward to it. So when they come back, I mean, they going back and forth on each other from Drew and Seth. Like Seth has really been on the road as of what? I think it was late last year, early this year, just with being within that spot. You know what I'm saying? Having a big match with CM Punk, not going over, but still, staying up there. So I'm thinking in my head, like, I know Seth ain't finna get lose 2 in a row. But at the same time, he's going against Drew McIntyre. So, yeah, 50-50, you know. So Seth, Drew McIntyre, like as of last year, as we all know, like he has really shined. Like, I mean, like promo wise, in ring work, you know what I'm saying? Interest, just his whole package is continue to get better and better and better. Like these two really, to me, show tonight why they are in that spot, why they're in that spot within that main event, and why we should keep our eyes on them coming into the Royal Rumble, because it's kind of a gamble up with all the different names that you got into the Royal Rumble this year. From um, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, then Sami Zayn. He comes out there because after Seth rolled Drew up, because they going back and forth, and they just obliterating each other with words, getting beat up while somebody, you know what I'm saying, talking ugly to you. I mean, it just pours salt in the wound. But Seth has a little part when he's beating Drew McIntyre down, and he's mouthing words, and then Drew McIntyre, he's mouthing words, but I'm thinking in my head like, Drew, you always get too overconfident. Just go ahead and pin him and be done with it. But of course, Drew just keeps on going, and he leaves himself open and available. And of course, Seth rolls him on up. Got the 1, 2, 3, and of course, after the match, Drew got to attack. He ain't gonna go down without a fight. So he was had his head on the apron up against the ring pole, getting ready to, deliver the Claymore. Sami Zayn runs in for the save, gets him off of him. They end up brawling outside the ring for a while. Sami gets back in the ring to aid Seth to make sure he was okay. They get in the corner, Seth and Drew, and Sami try to go for the save again to hit Drew with the Kaluma kick and Haluva kick, and then he ends up hitting Seth. So, end of the night ends in drama. As they go out to the off the air. So, it begs the question to ask, okay, so what happens next week? So it was, to me, it was a fun show. I enjoyed it. It was a fun show. So I'm looking forward to this Saturday, and I'm looking forward to definitely next Monday to see them come out and give their promos about this whole thing. Because I'm sure Sami and Seth, yeah, they leading up to something. Because it could be Sami and Seth at WrestleMania in the big match, and that'd be kind of interesting. Versus one of them being within the title positions. Like everybody within this year's Royal Rumble. If everybody can stay healthy and cool going into the Royal Rumble, we looking at a real good time at the Royal Rumble. Just from a standpoint of all the wrestlers that's there right now. So thank you for listening to my podcast. I'm TJ, and this is the I Can't Call It In Ring Wrestling Podcast. Thank you for watching.